Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Vintage Masters 20th Anniversary Play-In event. Magic the Gathering Online is having a big celebration for its 20th anniversary, and so if you can qualify with a limited token and a constructed token for the finals event, you have a shot at a really cool tournament, and so this is a limited entry. It's Vintage Masters, which is a kind of cool Magic the Gathering Online only format, and it is sealed, so we're going to be building our deck. We got 20 minutes, and then 5 rounds, hoping to go 4-1 or better. So, let's just follow conventional sealed stuff that I like to do. Typical sealed format generally means 2 colors. I haven't played this format a ton. I'm not even sure if I played it at all, but it's sealed, so I'll have time to read my cards and stuff. So I can get blue or green mana. I got a couple of cycling lands, red, white land. We got a Mox Sapphire, a Mana Vault, so already off to a good start. Let's just sort by rarity to see what we're working with in terms of rares. Mox Sapphire, Mana Vault. Okay, we're not playing that. Okay, yeah, pretty solid card. Interesting. Palinchron. 6 mana, 6/5 flying haste dragon. So I think Dax Duplicate and the Rorik's Bladewing are our best cards. The Palinchron's fine as well. And then obviously Mana Vault and Mox Sapphire are excellent. So hoping to play blue-red, presumably. Let's see what we're working with. Sort by color first. I like to do that, and then just kind of see which colors are good. 1 mana, 1/1. Yeah, not good. What's Provoke again? Yeah, I don't love that. This is a good card. Shroud. That never really comes up. Artifact and enchantment removal tends to be playable in the main deck, but not like a pull into the color. Shadow, fine 2-drop. Whenever a player, interesting. Another maybe fine card with the cycling stuff. Non-white attacker. This card's probably fine. There's some cycling stuff going on. That's cool. I think I've played with this card before. Attacking creature, you get +1/+1. So it's like a 3/3 that buffs your team. Battle Screech is insane. And Noble Templar is pretty solid. So white doesn't look insane to me. Okay, this card's not great. I think Goblin Trenches is pretty dang good, though. Yeah, just create a bunch of tokens. Okay, let's look at blue. Draw a card, Madness. Okay, discard a card, so there's some Madness energy. Discard a card, return a creature to his hand. Counterspell. Rescind. And it has cycling. Deep Analysis. A couple of those. This card draw is really good. So blue is definitely a color I'm looking to play. Oh yeah, blue is looking great. I don't know if we need the Aqua Amoebas, but we got so much card draw. Let's look at black. Create a 2/2. Yikes, not doing that. Chainer's Edict is solid. Fiend is solid. Not really a fan of that. +1/+0, not really a fan of that. Pretty solid removal spell. Okay, and then we have Buzzard. Reasonable card. Discard that black. This card's reasonable. Yeah, black doesn't seem that good. Let's look at red. Get buff my creatures. These aren't really great in sealed, though. Not really in the market for Skirk Prospector. 1 to any target and it has cycling. Kindle is good. 3 copies. Nice. It's like 2 damage. Plus all the other Kindles. Goblin General, not really what I'm up for. Flame Tongue Kavu, nice. Goblin Ringleader, no. Aftershock. Beetleback Chief is nice, though. Pillaging Horde, probably not that good. +1, -1, so I can hit him for 5. We'll see. Okay, so blue-red does look like could be my best colors, and maybe try to splash white. Not playing that. Mana Prism, we'll see. I mean, we do have this scab land, and I would only splash white really for the trenches, probably. But let's just check green just to be safe. Ramp. Fog. Nothing. Flashcard. Can't be blocked. +2/+3, draw a card. Okay, can tap for a lot. Yeah, so green's not looking too special. Let's just see what our our blue-red deck looks like. Don't even have to splash anything, and then we don't need to play Mana Prism, I don't think. Sort by mana value. So, got a couple Spark Sprays. Have Cycling, got a Madness guy. Waterfront Bouncer seems fine. Counterspell, Kindles. We have some good early game stuff. Rescinds don't seem that good. They're very expensive. We have all of these, though, which is great. Our 4-drops are excellent. Don't know if these guys are necessary. Our deck is already pretty expensive. Scriveners are going to be getting back a lot of Kindles. We have Gush, but I don't know if we need Gush when we already have Factor, Fiction, and 2 Deep Analysis. Palancron. The 7 mana 4/5 flyer does not seem that good. Don't know if we need Gush. This is 25. This kind of counts as a land. Are there any cards in here that I'm like actively unhappy running? I mean, we're definitely running 17. I mean, 16 or 7, probably 17 lands because we have so much card draw. Yeah, so 17 lands. The Rescinds don't seem that good to me. So if I want to run 17 lands plus the Milk Sapphire and the Mana Vault, because of my card draw, I also have this Charm-Tooth Cougar that kind of could count as a land, and some Cyclers. So maybe I run... Yeah, I think I'll run 17 lands still, though. I don't know. It's tough. I have so much to do with my mana. If I run 17 lands, that means I need to make 2 more cuts. So if I just cut the Rescinds... Because this could easily have been a 17 land deck. And then I have the 2 Spark Sprays. Wow, there's a lot of traffic going on behind me. Shocking. Let's see if there's anything else I would like to include, though. I think these are like a lot of my best cards. This card seems like it has some minor synergies with like discard stuff. Like from the Waterfront Bouncer. Do I have any other ways to discard cards? No, I do not. So maybe I don't want Obsessive Search then. Even just one piece of synergy with the Waterfront Bouncer could be good enough, though. Okay, Pillaging Horde is tempting, but not really what my deck is about, it feels like. Let's sort the sideboard by color and just go through the blue cards and then the red cards. Aquamoeba. It's a 2 mana 1/3, and I don't really have a ton of discard synergy unless I want to get like extra Deep Analysis or something. Rescind. I could play 1 copy of this. Red. Ringleader. General. Reckless Charge. Not really what I want. And then I guess white is the only color I could realistically splash. I guess I could also look into green because I have this thing plus Mana Prism as well. Is there a green card I want to splash? Not really. Crozen Tusker. Nothing really comes to mind as stuff I'd want to splash. Chrome's Blessing. Noble Templar, I could like splash. Like if I wanted to splash white, I could play Noble Templar as an extra source slash card that I could use. All my good white cards are double white though, it looks like, other than Exile. And I guess some of these 2-drops. Yeah, and then I guess also Goblin Trenches. Just absolutely crazy card. Create a couple 1/1s. Just sacrifice a bunch of stuff. Go wide, win the game. So this is like a package of cards I could consider playing if I felt like I needed some extra power. I kind of want to. Don't really like these guys that much. I guess they can kind of be like 5/1 hasters when I need them to. I have 7 more minutes to build this deck. Oh man, it's tough. My colors are pretty intense. I've got like double red cards and double blue cards. I have the Mox Sapphire to help with blue sources. I've got a Chartooth Cougar. I feel like Trenches is going to be super good. I have a Flame Tongue Kavu. Waterfront Bouncer seems interesting for sure. I have a lot of... It's a good card. I have a lot of stuff to do with it. I don't know how good dealing 1 is going to be. I mean, there's probably some utility creatures. And it does have cycling. What would I cut? So this is 23 here. What would I cut for this package of 1, 2, 3, 4 cards? This only kills attackers. It only kills non-white creatures. Exile's probably not splashing. It would just be like these 3 cards, maybe. Exile's probably like a card I could bring in out of the board, maybe. Glowstone Helion is another card I could just play. Rescind is a good combo with the Scriveners for the late game, potentially. Spark Spray. I'm gonna cut the Obsessive Search. It's not gonna do much for me. Sure, I have this 1 Madness Enabler. Spark Spray. 1 to any target. So it's pretty much, do I want to try and splash Goblin Trenches? Or do I just want to, like, try something else? Ah, man. Yeah, I think I'll just try it like this. And then I think I can even play 16 lands thanks to all of my cycling. And the fact that I have 2 big mana rocks. A bunch of stuff. But I do have a lot of card draw. Target instant. So I have 3 Kindles, 2 Spark Sprays, 2 Rescinds, Counterspell. Can't get any of my card draw back. Ooh. Mana Prism. Yeah, so we can count Mox Sapphire as one of our lands, maybe. Our curve is very expensive here. Look at all these 4 and 5 drops. And these are both 3 drops. What would be my worst card? Probably Spark Spray. But I'd rather play that than a land, I think, because I can just cycle it. I have Mountain Cycling. Yeah, I'm just going to run it like this. So let's sort by color. Pretty heavy on both. So we're going to add 8, 8. Triple red's kind of tough. But I do have mountain cycling, which will help. Hopefully this works out. I do want early blue, early red. Maybe I would like slightly more red. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue sources, 9 red sources, which makes more sense because I have all these double red cards that I like really want to cast on curve and a triple red card. So we're going to submit this deck, and I'll see you in the matches. Welcome to round number 1. We would like to play first, and we would like to keep. This is a pretty good hand. Our deck doesn't close the game all that effectively, but it does a fine job. Let's wish our opponent good luck. They are playing blue-black. Or, yeah, they're doing some combination of those. Whenever I hear a car just turbo jetting its way down the street behind me, I want to shout out, you know there's speed bumps, right? Yeah, I feel like you can probably hear the sound of the vrooms behind me. They just zoom along. Okay. So it comes in untapped when they do get it. So far, so good. So they're playing black-red. Okay. Blue, black, red. Okay. Goblin Matron, sure. Let's see what they find. They find another Goblin Matron. That is an expensive way to get some value when I can just do this. But I respect it. Okay. Okay, we do not know anything about their hand now, but we will soon. Presumably they're going to get another goblin. Another Goblin Matron. Yeah, once again, still kind of not the coolest thing ever because... So I don't really want to give them a double block opportunity on this guy. I'm still going to play this to kill a Goblin Matron because I'm worried about them playing another Goblin payoff card of some kind. Sure. They draw a card. We know they have a Goblin Matron in hand. And we have 2 Kindles, which can combine to deal 5 damage to the opponent or their creatures. We also have Rescind, which we can use to bounce something if we draw another blue source, or we can just cycle it away. We have Aftershock. We're in good shape, I think. Good pressure on the board. We have 6 power and toughness. So this is a case where we want to use our removal spells to let our creatures continually attack. Oh, they're not playing the third Goblin Matron. That means they have something. So now we have our double blue up. As long as this is what's happening, I'm in okay shape. Maybe they have a sweeper. We're going to bounce our guy back to our hand, save him for a rainy day. Pretty good. Keeping in mind that we can deal 5 to the opponent. They play their Goblin Matron. Sure. What are they getting? Beetleback Chief. They don't have double... Oh, they do have double red now. Kind of. Psychotalk. Yeah, we're going to have to kill that. First, we're just going to do this, though. Put them under pressure, because they have to kill the Rorix now. Actually, if the Rorix hits them here, they just die to Kindles. Just 2, and then 2 plus X, where X is 1, so. Obviously, we'd rather just finish them off with the Rorix. Psychotage. And they're playing Obsessive Search because they actually have like a discard outlet. Rorik's very good here. Our deck off to a good start. Let's see if they replied to our good luck. Thanks, you two. They did. Okay, what are they up to? And they scoop it up. Okay, so what have we seen? We've seen Goblin Matrons. We've seen a Beetleback Chief, an Expunge. Okay, so this looks like it's going to be a grindy matchup, so I'm tempted by my Gush and my Palancron. Don't really want the Pillaging Horde. Don't really want the Reckless Charges either. Okay, what's bad? So Spark Spray seems reasonable, but all their 1/1s replace themselves, so maybe not the best. The Waterfront Bouncer seems weak as well, because bouncing their stuff didn't seem very good. What's good against 1/1 creatures? A 3/3 haste. Beetleback Chief is great in this matchup. Card draw seems good. They didn't seem that fast. So maybe we can add a Gush. And cut a Spark Spray. We're also going to be on the draw, so. We already have so much card draw. We'll see. Luckily, Chartooth Cougar can get us a land, and we're on the draw. Carnophage, sure. We will kindle that. And they have another thing like that. Interesting. Well, Scrivener should do good work. And now we have Counterspell up. Scrivener can get back Kindle, which can then kill this thing. And we have Counterspell to not fall far behind in the meantime. We have Fact or Fiction. We are going to cycle the Chartooth Cougar if they don't play anything worth countering. Just to make sure we hit our lands. So we can go straight up the curve. Ooh, they need lands, potentially. Ophidian. Just going to counter that. I don't want them to be able to do anything too crazy. Get back Kindle. Yes. And this way I can kill this thing and play Fact or Fiction if I don't draw a mountain to just jam Rorix. Also, this guy looks like he's flying, but he isn't. Okay, that gives me something to block. So they're holding up Counterspell mana. my knowledge, they don't have Counterspell. Send in the goons. Okay, Man of War. Doesn't really do much because my guy has haste. Rorix is a heck of a card. Glad we have that extra mountain, because being able to cast Rorix is huge. We now have Flame Tongue Kavu. Sure. We have 2 more Kindles in the deck. Just gonna Flame Tongue Kavu, give myself another lethal threat, and then Factor Fiction on their end step. And hopefully we can advance to 1-0. Just let our opponent know GG. Good luck in the rest. And I will see you folks in round 2. Welcome to round 2. Let's wish our opponent good luck. And we have a keeper. A little bit slow, but it is sealed. And our deck has plenty of cheap plays to draw. And we're going to need them. Basking Rootwalla can certainly hit for a lot. Oh boy, this is potentially worrisome. Okay, so we're gonna maybe rescind the Fledgling Djinn and then Flame Tongue Kavu it after they replay it. And then we will Flame Tongue Kavu. Oh. Forest Cycling. Perfect. They messed up. They're not going to get to replay it now. Bounce that one. Kavu. Kill it. We can trade with the Rootwalla now. And then we can Aftershock the other flyer, or we can Scrivener back our bounce spell. Oh my gosh. They got so many of them. I'm going to have to draw my Kindles in game 2 and 3. I'm going to kill one of their flyers. Play a land, and then hope for the best. They don't have a ton going on, so if I can draw a Kindle, I can get the job done, I think. I have a 4-turn clock. They only have 2 cards in hand. And I can get back my bounce spell too. Kindle? Spark Spray. That gets the job done, kind of. In a turn. Spark Spray something. Rootwalla. Oh, it's tough. If only they didn't have another green mana, I'd be able to win the game here. Keeping in mind they're at a virtual 9. I have 7 mana, so I can't Scrivener back Rescind. They have 2 flyers. This thing's going to deal 1 to them. They're going to chump the Chartooth. If I draw Kindle, is that good enough? Oh no, I should have cycled because if I find my Rorix, it might have been good enough. Oh, it's tough. Okay. I did not have any outs really there. I would have needed them to only have 1 Rootwalla. Not have an extra green. Because then I could have killed one. Got back, killed the other, but then they still would have had enough life. Okay. So they have a lot of cheap flyers. I'm going to have to be much more careful with what I keep in my opener. I don't think I want to change any of my card choices, though. Yeah, we're going to run it back. This is much better. Having a Kindle is huge. Kindle will be good. Beetleback Chief is good against the Rootwalla. Their deck is crazy for a sealed deck. I can't believe they got so many fledgling Djinns. Easy block. I'm going to cast the Beetleback Chief because maybe I can pressure them if they're attacking me. I really want this Goblin Commando on curve. I could just draw a land, though. Beautiful. Okay, we're looking good in this game. They could have the 3/4 flash guy. I'm just going to pass. They've got a lot of mana up. Okay, so they do not have the 3/4 flash, I presume. Okay, we're in fine shape then. Kill that. Bounce the token. Combat. 4. And I can Scrivener back my Kindle. And if they have the 3/4 flash guy, so be it. I can play Scrivener, flashback Kindle. I'm just going to use Fact or Fiction here. Boom, got the win. Okay, knowing they have Fintorn Elves makes me want to make sure I keep these Spark Sprays in. X life, X is 4 minus, X is the number of cards in your hand minus 4. Is that going to be good enough in this matchup? They have that Penumbra Worm thing. Unless you discard a card at random. That seems really bad. I can't play that card. Palincron. Quite expensive. Is this card worth playing? Over... I don't even know. Scrivener. Jeez, I just need my Spark Sprays and my Kindles in my opening hand. I don't think Ivory Tower is really going to cut it necessarily. They're going to play first. Not the best hand, but it's got early interaction. Street Sweeper coming through. Shadow. I have plenty of answers for what they have going on right now, and I have a Fact or Fiction coming up. And I've got my Counterspell up. Ugh. This is tough. I just have to take the damage here. Play my Beetleback Chief. Hope for the best. Non-land card from it. No, that's not good. Goodbye, Beetleback. We hardly knew ye. What? They're not. Okay, they have no cards in hand. We're actually in okay shape here. We've got the ground kind of stabilized. They have nothing in hand. I'm gonna pay the 4. I'm gonna have to pay it eventually. Hopefully I draw a Flame Tongue Kavu here. The fact that I'm only drawing lands is really bad. I'm gonna have to pay the 4 coming up here, I think. Yep. Hopefully they whiff here. Give us a chance. Okay. Not going to tap this the rest of the game. I don't need it. Kill Fiend. Fact or fiction. Okay, I can't take the Aftershock pile, so Aftershock is a dead card. Wow, if they were going to give me Kindle and Rorix, I don't know what I would do. Well, I'm sad to see this Kindle gone, but I'm going to have to take the Rorix, I think. They have their Shadow guy that I have to deal with. Yep. Must have a removal spell or something. I hold up the Waterfront Bouncer. Sure. I can get back Spark Spray or Kindle. And I have Scrivener plus Waterfront Bouncer now. Two, three, four. I'm going to get back the Spark Spray. Kill that before they can do anything crazy with it. And then I can bounce my own Scrivener to my hand to get back Kindle. So they can give this flying, but it won't be able to block. Boom! We get the match win. Huge. Starting off 2-0. Whew, they had a crazy aggro deck, but we managed to push through and clutch some wins. Let's go. Huge win. Nice match. And up 2-0 going into the third round. See you there. Welcome to round 3. We unfortunately have to mulligan a 1-spell hand. We'll see what we can muster up, though. Ooh, this one's much better. We will keep it. Get rid of Scrivener. And then hope that Spark Spray can cycle us into an island. Oh, no, we have an island. Let's go. For some reason, I didn't see that. I thought it was 2 mountains. And I was still willing to keep it. We still want to land from this, though. Now it's a little bit closer, but I still think unless they play something really good that's got 1 toughness here, we're going to cycle. Sure. That's pretty good for us because it means they're a relatively defensive deck. Because this card does nothing against us, pretty much. We're going to win with Rorix. We're going to win with, like, eventually just chipping them out with damage. So, yeah. Also, they don't know that, like, lands are actually super good for us because of the Fact or Fiction. Like, mountains are really good to cast as Rorix. Blue-red might not be able to deal with this as easily. It's pretty neat. Can it block creatures with Shadow? We don't want to cast Fact or Fiction on our turn because otherwise we'll discard the hand size. They might have a Fact or Fiction. Or they're missing a color or something. Or they have a counterspell. Jace the Mind Sculptor. That is bad. Okay, we're going to have to open the game log to see whether they want us to have that card. Oh, they're doing it on themselves. They do not put it on the bottom. What do you want me to have, friend? I'm going to take that mountain pile no matter what, pretty much. Ooh, they do not know that this pile is really good for me. Easily pile one. So Waterfront Bouncer's quite nice. I think we play that hold up cycling of Spark Spray, which we do want to do to try and find a mountain to cast this Rorix. We also have Counterspell up. Easily countering that. Oh, they're bouncing it. It could work out nicely for us. Come on, land. Mountain specifically. Okay. Rescind. Okay, Kindle. Not the end of the world. Bouncer. And then we can rescind their Jace. Or we can just cycle rescind. Oh, okay. That's fine. Oh, that's actually really good for us. No, it's not, because we can't. It's a good card to Flame Tongue Kavu, that's for sure. Okay, that's perfect. Here we go. Rorix, take out Jace. And then I'll have my Waterfront guy up. A combo with Flame Tongue Kavu to kill this Chartooth. Chartooth being down will be great for me. Dax duplicate. Luckily, we can Aftershock that. It's a lot of damage, but I think this is going to work out fine for us. So we're going to go down to 5 here. Kill this. And then I'm going to bounce this. By discarding Goblin Commando. And I'll have up Kindle. No, I don't think I need the extra land. It is a good target for Dax duplicate, I will say. End of turn. What? That's interesting. Okay, we'll see what they got. Sure. And they cycle their big creature. Interesting. Depending on what they do, I can kindle their face and then kill them with Rorix. Keeping in mind that they might have kindles, of course. Destroy 4 lands you control, then target opponent destroys 4 lands. It deals 4 damage to each creature. So I'm going to want to make sure I have... So I'm going to have... So I could bounce this back to my hand, but I think it's better to just let it die. Man, Burning of Xingye. Okay. I am going to kill this thing, I think. I forgot that was how they templated those cards. I realized it as soon as I clicked all the stuff to cast it, though. Dang it. Oh, that's real bad. If it had worked the way I wanted it to, I would have won. I have to hope this works. I have 2 Kindles to burn him out. Sure. Come on, opponent. Tap out. I know you want to. Huge. Good game. Whew. Close one. Okay, what do they have? They have a Flame Tongue Kavu. They have a Jace. They have a Dax Duplicate. Burning of Xingye is good to know, but I want to have extra lands. Mana War. They have some bounce. Okay. Gush definitely not coming in. Mana Prism could be fine. Player on Burning a little bit. Overall, though, I feel like my deck is well set up for theirs. Gonna want to be on board a little earlier because Jace is gonna be really hard for me to kill otherwise. But I don't really have any cheap creatures. Goblin General. The 3-mana 2/2. Pillaging Horde sucks against all their bounce spells. Flowstone Helion could be good for dealing with their Jace. What would I cut for it, though? Beetleback's good against Jace. Haste is just good against Jace in general. Waterfront Bouncer is just a good card. I could cut a Scrivener, but Scrivener is pretty good in my deck. Tough, tough, tough. I could also like cut a land for a Mana Prison, but that seems really sketch. Flowstone Helion just doesn't seem that good to me. Like the bounce spells they have are worse because all my creatures have good ETBs. Yeah, this is a mulligan again. I won that last game on a mulligan though, so it's not the end of the world. We're not going to go to 5 though. Garbage hand though. This hand is really bad. Unfortunate. If we draw all spells, we could be in okay shape though. That's a fine start. Sure. I need to draw a deep analysis or fact or fiction, I think. Oh, are they not going to hit a land? Yes, okay, we're back in it. Even though the fact that I have literally drawn all lands... Oh no, I drew this guy. I think mine is better than theirs because... Oh. Thank you, opponent, for giving me something to do with my turn. Oh, and they hit their land. Dang it. Beetleback Chief. They could have Counterspell. I'm okay with it, though. I'm really afraid of them just jamming Jace. What are they doing? Sure. They are going down on cards like there's no tomorrow. Like, at this point, they need Jace to catch them back up on cards. If they don't play Jace here, I'm going to go down to lower life than them so that their cards are worse. Okay. Play my own Waterfront Bouncer. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Now I will block here. Because now that I have some juice, I feel like I'm going to be in okay shape. Okay. Well. Don't care about that. Do care about that. Don't care about that. Okay. Whoa. They took him to... Oh, yeah, they took him to Jark Pile. Of course they did. Yeah, maybe I messed that up. 2 cards at random. Will cycling this help me? If I cycle this card, it's in my graveyard for sure. Perfect. What they playing that for? Okay. So we know one of their cards is Scrivener. And they have the Waterfront Bouncer to go with it. And they discard the Scrivener. I do not know what they're doing, but I think this is going to be a win for us. I'm not going to pay 4 to untap my guy. They can keep discarding cards to bounce my Chartooth Cougar. That's fine with me, because that means I'll be pulling ahead on cards one draw step at a time. Sure. And eventually I'll start drawing stuff. They don't feel like the most experienced limited player based on the way they're playing this. Oh. So I can play this, get my Cougar into play, and play Scrivener. So this nets me 2 mana, so I have 3, 7, 9. So not quite. I could have played the Mana Vault. That would have been better than holding it. Sure. I'll pay 4 to untap it. Do I want to play my land is the question. Probably not. But they can't even come close to casting the Burning. Oh, they sided into a different deck, maybe? Because they're not even playing red. I thought they were just color screwed, but... Sure. As soon as I find any removal spell, this game's just going to end. Let's see what I find off this. Counterspell. Can I win? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I cannot. I messed that up. I should have held up my counterspell, I think. Punish to the max. I'm gonna do it like this, so they can stop bouncing my guy permanently. So I have counterspell up. Oh, I may have screwed this up. Oh no. Oh no, I lost. I screwed it up. I need to draw a land now. One before I didn't. Yeah, we can't pay. Oh, that's perfect. Convenient. Okay, well, not punished. That was almost really bad. I almost threw. Whew. Gosh. I needed to protect myself from them drawing a, or from them just pumping. It was on board. It was really just bad. I should have just kindled that and then used my other tools to get rid of the Jace. They weren't going to use the Jace anyway. Yeah, that was really bad. But luckily we won anyway. We're 3-0. Whew, I played that game pretty well overall, I think. I think trading the bouncers was probably close. I could have also just countered choking tethers and done some stuff there, but overall, happy to get the win. We're 3-0. Need one more win in either of the last 2 rounds, and we've already made back our injury fee, so that's pretty fun. And I'll see you folks there. Welcome to round 4 of the tournament. We have ourselves a keepable hand here on the draw, I think, because we have this Chartooth, Cougar, and a bunch of cycling cards. We also have this Mana Vault to ensure that we're able to cycle them, and if we draw lands naturally, then we are in even better shape. Because we can do some really good stuff, like turn 1 Mountain and play Flame Tonkavu on turn 2, if we would like. Land? Nope, no land. That's okay. This turn, we're just going to cycle the Spark Spray. Next turn, we're going to play Mana Vault, cycle this to get another mountain, play a land. Ooh. Ooh, interesting. Sure. We do not find it. Perfect. We found one this time, though. I think we're just going to go for the maximum value play, which is Mana Vault, Flame Tonkavu this immediately. Getting a 4-2 into play this early is really good, even though their 2-drop survives it. It's now a 1-1, which makes it far less effective, and we have a lot of options. So it gets +2/+2. So if we kindle this, you prevent the damage. I don't know, it sticks around. Okay. Strip Mine is actually absurdly good against us here. And we do not draw a land, and we are in deep trouble. That Strip Mine was devastating. If we do draw a land, though, we will be in okay shape. Sure. Was my keep greedy? Yes. Am I getting max punished by them having Strip Mine, which is a card I should never expect them to have, ever? Also, yes. Do I have any answers to these bird tokens? Not really. I guess it's just to try to race them. I mean, there's no way I can do that successfully. Hitting me for 7. I think I'm dead. So I'm taking... Yeah, I'm just going to concede. There's no way I win this. Unfortunately, Strip Mine completely dumpstered me there. Do I have anything that's good against those random flyers? No. That was just a hand that I kept that was sketchy, and I got punished. That's just how it goes. I will say that the fact that their 2-drop didn't die to Flametongue Kavu was unfortunate. The fact that I then didn't draw a land to get my mountain cycling working was unfortunate. I would like to play first, and I see another sketchy hand here, but I think I'm supposed to keep it. I have a couple draws. I need to draw a couple of lands. I need to draw 2 lands before this hand does anything. I do have a 1 cycle. I don't have blue man. If I had blue man, I think I'd keep it. Well, getting to 5 cards does not feel good. Especially because I still had to keep a 2-lander. This is why mulliganing is really rough in limited. I can spend 2 mana to make them discard a card. Jeez. Wild Mongrel's a beating. What a heck of a card. They're probably going to discard a card to keep this alive, I would imagine. Maybe they're going to miss their land drops. Nope. We'll see how they respond. Yep, they just let it go. Nice. We're going to make them see, like, it's nice to do this before I play my land because they might think that I need a land now. Ooh, they won't want to give me Spark Spray. I'm probably just going to take the pile that has 3 cards in it unless they literally give me all 3 lands as the pile. Yep. So we can attack there because if they do block with this, we can knock off a counter with the Spark Spray. Hopefully they miss a land drop here. And we manage to win on a mold of 5. That'd be pretty awesome. They did not miss a land drop. Yikes. I'll take their guy out. They might have exile target non-white creature. Crows and Tusker, sure. I'm going to go Scrivener, get back Factor Fiction coming up. Oh, I should have played my land. Unfortunate. Okay, I will get back Spark Spray this time because that lets me attack them for 6. Just makes blocking so much harder for them. Okay. Okay. Luckily, we'll have Counterspell available. This thing is worrisome. So if we don't take the deep analysis, we get to flash it back at some point. So the bounce spell can be used on the Su Chi. And then I can attack all. Kindle does take out half their life total. I'm going to take pile 1. This will put this in the graveyard. I'm going to take pile 1. Because bouncing this is really effective for me. If I attack with everything, bounce that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that next turn because I'll just... This way I get to counter their dragon. Which they're undoubtedly casting. And if they don't cast it, I can counter whatever they do play and then bounce this thing anyway. Let's see how this goes. Unfortunate, but they're at 4. We have a Kindle, which will immediately win us the game. Nice draw. So we can copy Scrivener, get back Kindle, and then deal damage to them. Any target. Yep. Perfect. Nice win. Final game here. I feel like our deck is better if we just actually just don't get owned by our mana, and we mulliganed to 5 that game and still won relatively easily. So I think we just run it back. Hope for the best. Hope to get some early Kindles. Hope they don't take over with a Battle Screech too early in the game. Battle Screech is really the card that can take us out. Aquamoeba could have been a potential playable, but okay, we're going to keep it. In limited and especially sealed, you can't be too picky with hands. I mean, if you mulligan your hands too aggressively, you end up with disasters like mulliganing to 5. Gosh, I hate this card. Maybe they'll go for a aura on it. I'll get to bounce it, though. That could be good. I'm going to cycle Rescind. Try to find some better interaction. I already have a second copy. This is rather unfortunate. It's a tad unfortunate that this is how it worked out. I can bounce this, and then I can kindle that. Or I could have just kindled this to knock off its counter. Oh my gosh, that card is broken as heck. It doesn't take damage. Oh my gosh. I needed to bounce the Armadillo Cloak. Okay, so I guess I have to take whichever pile has Scrivener in it. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm just gonna lose. That's so brutal. That's such a stupid way for that card to be worded. Yeah, the game's over. Me not knowing how the rules worked was the death of me. Gosh. Because if I'd known that, I would have bounced the Armadillo Cloak in the first place. And then I would have, like, if I bounce the Armadillo Cloak, they will maybe shelter, and then I kill it. But as it was, I tried to bounce this thing, and then I tried to kill it to remove the counter. And just, man, I didn't think they would ever template a card that badly. Holy heck. I mean, I guess it's an old card, probably. Jeez. I feel silly now. I think I could have won this game if I had known that, how that worked. Oh well. You live and you learn. The fact that I can't even trade with their guy is brutal. Well, we have one more shot at getting the token in the finals. I guess, yeah. I needed them to not draw this card every game. This card is really hard for my deck to beat because I don't have big creatures. I have removal instead. But if I had known how this worked I mean, it's really unintuitive. I don't think I would have ever read this close enough to figure out how it worked unless I got owned by it. But it just prevents all damage dealt to it. So the only way I actually had the tools to beat it this game. Bounce, but then I'm not sure if I can even beat the next thing they put Armadillo Cloak on. Unless they literally try to put it on this thing. In which case it would have been fine. Because I could have kindled this thing. Bounce Armadillo Cloak. Then I can just kill their thing by blocking with Flame Tongue Kavu. Because the reason I wanted to bounce this was because I figured beating this thing would be easier than beating Armadillo Cloak. Putting it on a different creature. But what I didn't account for is that this thing is I guess, relatively easy for me to beat comparatively to the, yeah. So this game, if I had rescinded the Armadillo Cloak, then I block this thing's out of the picture. I still have Kindle. Maybe they go for it on Brindleshote. I kill the Brindleshote with Kindle, and I'm totally in the game. As it was, I took 1,000,000,000 damage. My Flame Tongue Kavu was useless. I had to pick a bad pile with Factor Fiction. And we lost. But, you know, you live and you learn, and we have one more round to try and get into the token qualifying thing. And I'll see you there. Welcome to the final round. This is a winner take all, basically. And yeah, we'll wish our opponent good luck. We are on the draw because we lost the die roll. Pure skill. And on the draw, with a turn 2 deep analysis, and then flashing it back in the future, we're going to keep this. Just because mulliganing is so bad, as we know. And it could work out. Maybe we'll draw some lands. Let's go. If we keep drawing lands, we might not have to cast the deep analysis using the mana vault. But we will not shy away from that if it is truly the path we must follow. Owl Familiar. When it dies, enter the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Okay, so it loots. Okay, that's fine. We have not drawn our Mox Sapphire in what feels like forever. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll go up to 8, and then I'll play my land. I'm just going to cast this so I can find a mountain. Hopefully. Find a mountain. Next turn I will flash it back to look for a mountain. The quest continues for the mountain. We're going to be taking a lot of damage here from our own mana vault for a while, but blue-green tends not to be that pressuring. And our spark sprays are looking quite good. Okay. Come on. I think actually we're going to do it like this. We're just going to hold up our counterspell this turn. And when we've stopped them from doing anything too major on their turn, then we'll go for the deep analysis this coming turn. They might do nothing. Sure. Come on, deck. Please, mountain. There we go. And then we get to play Waterfront Bouncer too. This is huge. They only have 2 cards in hand. Whew. And we are at 10 life. We have a massive advantage card-wise. They have kind of 1 card that needs to be dealt with eventually, and then 3 cards in hand, and we have 5 cards in hand. Okay, Yavimaya Elder doesn't really do that much in this situation. We're going to take another point from our mana vault so we can cast our Factor Fiction this turn if we need to. Okay. think we'll just block. Let them get a couple of lands, probably a mountain. Or maybe they're just playing their Mox as an extra accelerant. They are. Okay, good to know. Let's see what we shall see. We can maybe burn them out with Kindles at some point. I think we're going to Spark Spray their 1/1 flyer. Probably going to take whichever pile has Scrivener. Or I will probably just take the 3-card pile, honestly. All these spells are great. Depending on what they give us, this could be the turn where we untap our Mana Vault. With so many good spells, we're going to get a good pile here. And they don't know that we have a Spark Spray to deal with their 1/1 flyer, so they might be afraid of giving us Kindle. Okay, now I actually will take this pile, because this gives me some threats. And my Kindles are now souped up a little bit. Okay, so I will not pay the life for this turn. But next turn should be good. We're going to get back Counterspell. Just so they don't get to cast anything scary against us. And then next turn we will pay the 4 to get the thing untapped. And we'll just hold up Counterspell the rest of the game, presumably. Sure, we don't care about that. We have Kindle. They have Edric, that's kind of worrying. Okay. And now that we have our Mana Vault untapped, we are in fine shape. So they put it back on top of their library. Sure. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep up this Counterspell the entire time now. We're going to counter if they have anything scary, and then we'll use Scrivener to get it back. And we'll kill them in 2 turns or 3 turns. Get back counterspell. Could we have won that this turn? No, we couldn't have. We could have gotten back Kindle and done 4 to them. Get back Kindle, Kindle them. So what do we know about their deck? They have some big creatures. 4/4 is pretty sizable. 6/5. Edric, some invasive stuff. They have a couple artifacts and stuff. They have evasion. If only I had some evasion of my own. I wonder if this card could be good in the matchup. Blue-green doesn't really have a ton of interaction. They probably have some, though. Let's just run it back. Hope for the best. Hope for our early interaction. Hope to draw Mox Sapphire in our opening hand. We're 1 game away. This is the benefit of playing pretty well all the time, all the day. We get a couple of shots at this. Ooh, we gotta save a Kindle for Edric. Overall, hopefully we can deal with their like big creatures with Kindles or some big blocks. Maybe we'll draw Rorix again for Rorix to clutch it for us. It all comes down to this. The specimen seems to be broken. Replicate has played out much better than I thought it would. Waterfront Bouncer has been insane. Closing time comes earlier to some than to others. Look at the muscles on the Bouncer. Yet it's only a 1... Jeez, that car was going very fast. Okay. Well, we're going to keep. We're hoping to draw some of our card draw. Not going to cycle this bad boy. Might be just what we need. That's a good draw. Not going to play the Mox Sapphire right away, so they don't know about it. I don't have Counterspell up anyway. Brainstorm. Well, that's a card that's not generally very good in Limited because you don't have ways to shuffle, which means it's just like a random draw card. Sometimes it's okay to get the selection, but without the shuffle, you get those cards back anyway. I wonder if they'll Brainstorm lock themselves and they don't have a land. They do have a land. Just in case we want to bounce something this turn. Sure. Well, we are definitely Flame Tongue Kavoing that. Huge. The regenerate's really scary on that. You gotta just get rid of it. And they have madness stuff in their deck. Which means it might even be an enabler. Keep the pressure up. We have rescind. They're going to keep it in their hand. Okay, perfect. That's actually fine for us. We can always rescind our Flame Tongue Kavu back to get another removal spell if we really need it. We'll trade. They might have Edric, but if they do have Edric, then we are in good shape because they'll play Edric, hit us with the Skywing Aven, and we just have a lethal attack. Because we can bounce, play the mountain, bounce with triple blue, play the mountain, hit them for 12 exactly. So they're in dangerous territory here, and they probably know it. And they're missing land drops. So they have all spells in hand. Oh. Oh my gosh, did we do it? Mountain. The enchanted creature dies. Bounce the Aven. Boom! We did it! Let's go. Woo! We got that token. Very proud. What a win. Great performance by the deck. I feel very happy with how I played, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way to the end, remember to hit that thumbs up button. It does help the video succeed, and it lets me know that you enjoy these high-level MTGO tournament-style videos, and I'll make more of them in the future. Comment below to let me know that as well, and also subscribe to the channel for more draft content and limited content in general. This is sealed. I feel like if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag clutch mocks, because we had a mock Sapphire in our deck that showed up 2 times in the final round to be absolutely critical towards our deck doing well, even though we didn't necessarily draw it all the time. I mean, honestly, our deck was super clutch as a whole. Rorix was great when we needed him in the early rounds, and then the mocks came at the end. The Flame Tongue Kavu killed itself, and we still won that game, which was funny. But yeah, or you can just leave hashtag blue-red hype, because this was a super fun deck. It was playing blue-red, and yeah, super fun time overall. Yeah, if you would like to support my content, you can do so via Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, linked in the description below. If you'd like to join the NicolaiBolas Discord server, read my articles, check out the NicolaiBolas Twitch stream, all of that stuff is also linked in the description down below. And yeah, a ton of cool extra stuff if you are interested. That's going to do it for this video, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.